Hey everyone, Ted Fletcher with FMS Integration. Wanted to show an example if you have an older Falcon unit running firmware version 7.6 or older, how you would connect to the RS-232 interface and using a terminal emulation program such as Hyperterminal or PuTTY, how you can access the system configuration. So you could look at information such as changing an IP address, seeing what the default admin username and password has been configured as. So starting off, you'd want to be able to take the Falcon FMS and you want to plug to the female RS-232 console port located on the back of the unit. By doing this, you're going to use a straight through style serial cable, and if you don't have a dedicated DB9 or COM1 port on your laptop or PC, you'd want to use a USB to RS-232 adapter to then plug the straight cable into that to plug into the female RS-232 or DB9 connector on the back of the chassis. So once you have that connected up in place, you would want to open up your terminal emulation program. So in here, I use Hyperterminal. So I'm just going to go into my Hyperterminal, click open. If this is the first time you're using it or you don't have a Falcon configuration already set up, I could do Falcon RS-232 connection. Click on OK. So from here, you're going to want to select the proper COM port. On laptops or desktops using a USB to 232, you might get a wide range of COM ports showing. So if you're not familiar on which COM port you need to select, the easiest way to do this is to go down into your search, go to your device manager, open that. Once device manager opens, you scroll down, expand this ports, COM and LPT. And then I know my USB to 232 adapter is the A10 USB to serial bridge. If you're ever not sure which adapter, if you have multiple adapters plugged into your machine, if you unplug that adapter, you'll see this page refresh itself and it'll drop off that COM port. So I just unplugged mine, we see it refresh. So now if we look down, we see that COM9 went away. So then if you plug it back in, scroll down, now we see COM9 is back. So by knowing that, we can select COM9 from this list. Once that's selected, you just click on the configure. And different terminal emulation programs or VT100 software will be a little bit different. The default setups from RLE Technologies on the Falcon FMS units is 9600 bits per second, 8 data bits, none for the parity, 1 stop bit, and flow control set to none. So we click on OK, click on OK again. With the cables connected up, this is where you could push enter, and you'll see a system menu help display, and this will show you all the available options depending on what you want to do with the unit, whether it's debugging, pulling up logs. On this example, I'm going to select SC for system configuration. So here we see the list of options where we can go IP config menu, the factory menu, if you want to load, save, config data, if you want to configure a password to lock down the RS-232 port, or just exit out. So here I'm going to select option 2 because I want to double check my IP and my admin user credentials. So I'm going to type in 2, push enter, and expand this out a little bit. So here you'll see the MAC address being displayed of that Falcon FMS. You can see the IP address being displayed, the net mask, default gateway. Here you can see the -U, the web admin username, the web refresh rate, or skipped over the web admin password, refresh rate, stuff if you are doing a dial-up PPP for a web interface. So these are the options you have available. Anytime you want to make a change, if you go in, say if I wanted to change the web password, I would just type in P, enter, and then it's going to prompt you for the new password. So I'm going to put once entered, just push enter. In order to make any changes become effective, you want to exit and save. So on here, I'm going to push X. And it's going to update its parameters to now use that configuration. So depending on what you're looking to do, the older user guides for the Falcon EM version of firmware, which is at 7.6, or even older Falcons, use a similar interface when accessing menu and doing configuration on the units. So to verify that password took, I just come into my web browser, put in my IP address, 223. Here we get the prompt for the unit, admin, password, and we're in the interface. So this is handy if you ever do lose your admin password or username getting into the web interface. You can use this for accessing the system. So thank you for your time. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to FMS Integration and let us know how we can be of assistance. Thank you, and hope you have a great day.